Welcome everybody to our inaugural Lunch and Learn for the latter half of 2025. I cannot believe we are almost in the middle of November. Who saw that coming? Great to have you here today. So whether you are joining us live, and thank you to those who are here live with us, or whether you are going to be listening to the recording, the purpose of these is really to kind of just get a finger on the pulse. How are you all going? How can we help you? And if there's anything in specifically that you want some coaching around or some assistance with, please feel free to pop it in the chat. I have the beautiful Corrine here with me today. Very excited to have Corrine joining me for this very first one. Celine is caught in a meeting, so she may be able to jump in a bit later, but if not, that's okay. We've got you covered. So jump in the chat, and number one, I would love to know in the chat, when you think of Juice Plus and think of your business and think of the products, what are you most grateful for? Tell me about what's your most grateful item around this business, this product, this company. What is it that you are grateful for? And then I would also love to know where you're coming in from. So I also like to, I'm such a visual person. I don't know if you've realized this about me. I'm always got PowerPoints, none today. But I love to visualize where you're all sitting. So tell me what you're grateful for. And also where are you coming in from today? I can't even see the chat. Why can I not see the chat? Here we go. You're in Lithgow. Wow. That's nowhere near me. And okay, you are in Brizzy, Quality Nutrition. Fabulous. Sophie, West Auckland. Good. I know where that is. Now I've got a visual of where you are. Great for the community. Big is also great for the community. And from Amina, beautiful place. I have been to Amina Beach. Beautiful. Thank you, and Bron, I know where you are. I know exactly where you are. I've even been in that very room that you're sitting in right now. So I know exactly where Bronnie is. So thank you, ladies, for sharing that with me. I always love to hear your side of what it is that brings you here, what keeps you here, what are you grateful for? And so if there's anything specific that you would like to learn today, or you're challenged by, or have a hurdle in front of you, please feel free to pop your hand up and I can take you off mute and we can have a chat. But otherwise, one thing that I want to talk about, and you can think about whether you've got a challenge, you don't have to jump in straight away, but if there's something that you really want to focus on today, by all means, that's what we are here for. And whatever your question is, I'm sure will come up for somebody else, whether they are on this call or whether they're tuning into the training. What I want us to touch on today is the message of consistency. When I hear about challenges that people are having, finding new customers, keeping customers, finding new team, keeping team engaged, it really, or just, any aspect of this business, I think it always comes back to consistency. And what are you willing to do to be able to make whatever that reality is that you're having? How can we pivot on that? So let's talk into customer retention, because that's one that comes up a bit. Is anyone having some customer retention issues? Anyone out there? No, you're all good. You've all got customer retention? Okay, that's fabulous. What about finding new customers? Yep. Okay, I've got some notes. Okay, so all right, we'll stay on the customer focus for the moment. So how do we bring them in and how do we keep them here? So I want you to think about this. Imagine you have a friend who has reached out, who is having a health crisis. Okay, they're just generally, not necessarily in a Juice Plus aspect, they're just having a health crisis and they need your help. What is your first reaction? Do we just go, they'll be all right, somebody else will sort them out? Or do we, and we've got women on the phone, on the call today, do we as women pretty much drop everything and go? What is it? We drop everything and go, right? If we have a friend in need, we stop what we're doing and we move and we are in their presence and we're cooking for them and picking up the kids from school or whatever they need because they're in a crisis. But why do we wait until someone's in a crisis before we go and help them? I want you to think about that for a sec. We know that our society is in such a state of chronic illness, right? We know that. Tell me that you are on this call, you know someone who is having a chronic illness crisis, has been through a chronic illness crisis. Maybe it's you, maybe it's friend, maybe it's family, maybe it's one of your customers. Pop a 1 in the chat for me, for those of you on the call, if you know someone close to you who has had, yeah, okay. So when we know that that's out there and that is our reality, we know that people aren't eating correctly. We know that they're not looking after themselves. We know that they're stressed. Why is it that we wait until they have this crisis before we turn on our ambulance lights and go? Now, if I was in your shoes and I was listening to me talk, I'd go because no one's asked me to help. But as women, we also know that the very last straw, the very last thing we do is ask for help. Is that true? We try and do everything that we can and keep all those balls in the air until one of them falls, and then we kind of, yeah, absolutely, Rachel. Most people don't voice their pain until it is at breaking point. So I want you now to put your Juice Plus cap on. If we are out loud and proud, give me a number in the chat between 1 and 10. 10 is 100% belief in this product. 10 out of 10. 1 is not, you knew, you have no idea what you're in here for. Someone told you to get on this call, you've got no idea. Okay, yeah, we've got lots of, yeah, good numbers. So my point is, if we have such belief in this product, and again, we're sticking with customers at the moment, we have such belief in this product, and we have our own personal stories. We might have our kids' stories. We might have our friends, our mothers, our customers' stories, and we know we've got our tool belt on, and we've got all these stories in our tool belt. Now we can pull out this story for, you know, my child. I'm just going to use my personal side of it. For my son's acne, I can pull out this one because of my sister who had type 1 diabetes. I can pull out this one because I know that my friend who was at breaking point just really needed some nutritional support, and I saw the changes in her. I can pull out this one because I saw how complete changed my friend's eating patterns. I can pull out this one because I know how Perform changed my results in the gym. I have got so many stories in my tool belt. Do you all have stories in your tool belt? Yes? Looking at the people on this call, I know that you have stories in your tool belt. So what is then stopping us being consistent about reaching out to people that we know need what we have? I know the answer to this question. Does anyone want to have a go at what the answer is to this question? What's stopping you? Pop it in the chat. Rejection? I see typing, but I can't see more things popping up. Give me some more. What's stopping you? We know what we've got. Yep, more of the fear of the rejection. Judgment. Coming across as salesy. Okay, what have all these got in common? They're all about you. They're all about you. So you have to get yourself out of the way so that you can go and help the people that need what we have. Juice Plus isn't for everybody. We know that. And along the way, people are going to go, no. I said no to Linda for, I don't know, 18 months. No, 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 no. And how many, I'll tell you a funny story. Some of you might know I've just finished my master's degree and I'm going into publication. And one of my lecturers said to me, now, Fe, how do you handle rejection? Because you might not get picked up by the first publication. And my response is, are you kidding? I've been in direct sales for nearly 20 years. Rejection, water off a duck's back. I want you all to get to that place. I want you all to get to that place where rejection, it's not about you. It's not about the product. It's not about our story. It's not about any of that. It's not about the company. It's not about the cost. It's about you putting yourself in the way of what they need. And if they say no, it's, as we always say, maybe it's not a no, not now. Okay, don't take it personally. But when we take it personally, we shrivel and our consistency drops off the radar. Is that a fair comment? So what tools do you guys need? What can I help you with to get yourself out of the way? If you knew that this product, and you clearly do, because you've given me the numbers, if you have such belief in this product and you know this product can help people, then how can you get past that rejection and back into the driver's seat of, that's okay. Next. What can we do for ourselves internally when we get that no to pick ourselves back up to keep going? Because I don't know about you guys, but I'm sick of seeing chronic illness statistics. I'm sick of it. This is Australia and New Zealand. We are supposed to be the lucky ones. We are supposed to be in a country where we are resourceful and have fresh food and fruits and vegetables available. We are in a country that, you know, we have access, that we still have a lot of freedom. And yet our chronic illness statistics is right up there with the USA. And that's not good enough. I'm sorry. We've got 97% of our kids not eating fruits and vegetables. 97%. Less if they're just eating fruit. But, you know, when we're looking at what we know they need, they're not getting it. And we've got a free product for kids. So I want you to really get passionate about solving this crisis with me. Yeah, I agree, Sophie. Sophie said, share your own story and being vulnerable helps, and it's relatable. Okay, that is a beautiful segue into sharing your story, because consistency of sharing your story and learning the stories of others is really, really important. And when you know more stories, you are filling up your toolkit. Okay, you're filling up your belt with all of the reasons why this product might make sense to someone who's going through a similar health crisis of someone that you already have in your tool belt. Now, we're not here to say it's going to be the same. Everybody's different. We know that. At a cellular level, what works for Joan might not work for Mary. Okay, we know that. But maybe Joan took on a bit more of the program side. Maybe Joan changed her into healthy eating. Maybe Joan made some different habits that made it better for her for better results. The only reason I'm going to know that is if I look after Joan and I check in with Joan and I make sure she's taking her capsules and find out what else she's doing. We've got so many good stories out there. You probably don't even know them all unless you're picking up the phone and actually talking to your customers. Okay, so I want to empower you with one word. It's consistency. I want you to get up every day and be out loud and proud about what we have now. When it comes to compliance, because I know that's going to come up, and we know Sophie said she's sharing her own story and being vulnerable, and it helps and it's relatable. You guys know that when you are in a one-on-one conversation, when you are talking to each other, that you can talk about your stories. You can share your stories. If I'm sitting down with Corrine at a coffee shop, I can tell her my Juice Plus story, even though I take it, even though the company pays me to, you know, we're paid advertisers, so to speak. It's only when you get on social media that you have to be very careful around the compliance. Okay. I want to make that really, really clear, because I feel like sometimes you're not doing anything consistently. And this is just broad, general, not you personally, but we stop doing the consistent work to share the story because of that situation with, you know, the TGA and sharing our story. But that just means you have to get off your seats and away from being keyboard warriors and actually get out there and talk to people. Because I think we all know that what this world is also suffering from is lack of connection. And that's evident through the increase in our mental health crisis that we're having. Celine and I have been talking about this a lot lately. around the working from home and the balance of, you know, being able to be there for the kids and the school pickups and the drop-offs and be home with our little ones. But sometimes that also breeds isolation. So getting out, and I am, hand on heart, this has been a bit of my story recently too. I've been so busy being busy with uni and work and what have you that I've lost connection with my local community. But getting out and sitting at the coffee shop and talking to people and getting out and walking and talking and reconnecting, people are so hungry for it. And so by literally go to the playground, go to the coffee shop, go walk and talk. Whatever it is that's going to work for you and your little community, whether it's one person or three, it doesn't matter. It's creating those connections. And then in those moments, this is when you get to share your story authentically, fully transparently, all of it. Share all of it, because you can actually speak about your personal Juice Plus story when you are with your people. So who on here has got some team? Who's got team, downline, maybe? Okay. I would encourage you to, and I've said this before, I think it's really important around the connection. Jump on a Zoom with your team for the only purpose of hearing each other's Juice Plus story, nothing else. Okay, just sit down with them and hear their Juice Plus story, because that is so empowering. When you have got a Zoom room or a physical room full of people where you can sit down and talk about your Juice Plus story, and you hear the emotion, you hear the change, you hear what's changed for that person because they've become healthier. They've taken a product that's put them onto, you know, another health journey, or maybe the trajectory has been for them the financial benefit as well through helping people and serving others. When you hear these stories, you can't help but lift your spirits up. So yeah, okay, who was it? I just saw that pop up. How do you get team on a Zoom? Okay, it doesn't have to be a Zoom. What if you just put a challenge out to your team, start a whole new chat that just said stories, and just said, this is my Juice Plus story, and just tell them your story and say, jump in, I want to hear somebody else's story today. This is not stuff that you're going to go out and say, Rach just told me her story and, you know, she's cured X, Y, and Z because she's taken Juice Plus. It's not my story to be sharing, okay? But it's about building up the community and building up the belief. Because I promise you, when you have got your tool belt so full of good news stories about what this product can be a catalyst for, then it will help you with your consistency. Does that make sense? Getting a few nods. I really want you to look at how your day is planned. Look at how you are fitting your Juice Plus business in. How are you reaching out to your existing customers? How are you connecting with them? Nothing is better than an excited, and I'm talking like do some star jumps and jump on to your voice message. And you know, that message of, hey Melissa, it's Fe here. I was thinking of you. I'd love to hear how you're going with your Juice Plus. Hopefully you're in your habit every day. How's it going? Let me know. Let me know. I really want to know how you're going. Do you know what? If they don't get back to you, that's not rejection. I don't know about you, but I've got 7 billion unread messages or, you know, messengers that I know I need to get back to, but you know how the thread just goes? Don't take it as rejection, because often when you come back to them a week later and go, are you ignoring me? Are you ghosting me? What's your story? They just laugh and go, oh yeah, sorry, thanks for coming back to me. Yeah, everything's going good. Or yeah, I'm not taking them as much or whatever. So then that's your cue to offer some great advice on how to keep them in the habit. Okay. But if you're not reaching out to your customers consistently and checking in on them, then you've got no idea what's going on for them. Okay. So I want you to take from today's Lunch and Learn, your word is consistency. Okay. Consistency with building your business, reaching out to your customers and reaching out to potential customers with consistency. When I was in this business early, I was probably only in business maybe 18 months. And that was early. So I've been here a long time now. But I remember Jeff Roberti giving me 5 rubber bands. They were like hair bands. He said, put them on your right wrist. Put them on the right wrist. And he said, you need to get every one of those onto your left wrist by the end of the day. Every one is a reach out. It's either a reach out to an existing customer or a potential customer. Your work is not done until you've had 5 conversations. Now, 5 was just the number he gave me. It might be 1. Okay, whatever it is that's going to work for you right now, it's just about the consistency. And I did. And like literally for 6 weeks, I put the bloody bands on my hand. And I promise you, I would not go to bed until I'd done that final reach out for the day. And even like I'm driving, I look at the 5 bands and I'm, damn, I've got to get them across. Like, do you know what I mean? Like that was my visual. He knew I was a visual person. He knew he had to give me something that was going to help me build my business. I did a 5-1 every month. No errors. Every month was 5 new customers, 1 new team. That was the goal that I had set for myself. That was my personal minimum goal. I'm not saying it needs to be yours. That was mine. Okay. But those 5 bands over here, every day, I could get 5 customers a month. Not a problem. Not a problem. And then, of course, those names, we're going back in the olden days when, you know, we didn't use social media so much, but I would take those names and I would put them on my grid. Okay, Celine talks about our grid, our 30-day grid. And so for me, these were the little tiny chinks of consistency that helped me build my business. But if you're having a bad day and things aren't going your way and a bad day becomes a bad week and a bad week becomes a bad month, and then on the 10th of the month, your check is dropped significantly, what's that do? It doesn't make you generally jump up and go, right, let's go again. Sometimes we put ourselves in a well. And so I want you to think about consistency as your insurance policy. If you can be consistent, whether it's 1 conversation a day or 5 conversations a week, whatever it is that you have made the goal to be, and just be consistent, I promise you the results will come. But more than the results, guys, you're going to change people's lives. At the end of the day, we all have servant hearts. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here on a Wednesday at lunchtime hanging out with us. You all have servant hearts. You want to be more and you want to help people more. And that is why you are here. And that is why you're sticking around. And that is why you're on the training. And if you can think not just of those numbers on a sheet as 1, but as somebody's health, you start to reframe things. What if collectively we all got together, all of us, all of the partners in Juice Plus, and we committed to having these conversations? What do you think could be possible for our communities and for the greater good of our health crisis that we are finding ourselves in? And 2 for 1. Come on, healthy starts. Who doesn't want something for free? Have you seen how many Black Friday things are flying out there right now? No, we have something so much better, because we have an opportunity to help people with their health. All right, I have rambled on. Your word of the day is consistency. Do you have any questions? Does anyone have anything that they want to talk about? We still have a few minutes. If you want to jump off mute, put your hand up. Have a question, pop it in the chat. Give me a 3. 3 is my number today. Give me a 3 in the chat if you've learned something today that you think you can put into place. Awesome. Good. Excellent. Don't forget what we have here, guys. This is not a water bottle company. This is not something that everybody has. We are unique. We are the unicorn of whole food nutrition. Okay, we really are a unicorn. And whilst there are all these other products out there, where's their research? Where's their backing? Where's their history? We are the unicorn. And I need you to put your magical unicorn sprinkles on. I'm sure Corrine's got plenty of those. It always looks like she's unicorning, doing unicorny things. The beautiful Kayla, gorgeous girl. I think that we really are the unicorn. I don't think, I know. I know we are the unicorn. I know that we have got something that no one else has, and you can get a kid's product for free for up to 21 years. Like, come on. Who does that? Who does that? We do. Be proud. Be really proud. And you know what? Be really proud of the fact that we are a TGA registered product. Forget the whole cloud over that and the compliance cloud. Who else has got that? Like, seriously, this is what makes us a unicorn. It's the quality, it's the efficacy, it's the research, it's the innovation, it's the longevity. We have got more than so many other similar copycats out there. And I need you guys to get out there and start being the Juice Plus superheroes and unicorns, spreading the sprinkles and seeing whose lives we can touch. Rach, you asked me a question. My DMO, definitely. My DMO was always my 5-1, Rach. Always doing a minimum of 5-1. Some months I got really excited and did a 10-2. But it was always about bringing in 5 new customers and 1 new partner. But my biggest winner for me personally in my business was my customer care. My level of customer care was phenomenal. I loved on my customers, and on that second shipment, they were converting to partners. It's a lot of frontline partners. But that's how I did. Not all of them, of course, but usually 60%, because I loved on them, because I taught them, because I brought them into our community, because I answered their questions, because there was fully transparent. There was no smoke and mirrors. It was all very transparent. And doing damn good customer care makes them a lifer. Once they join the company and they're getting free product for their family, and the reason they join is to get it cheaper, and now they can put both kids on it, they're not going anywhere. I've left my business, but the majority of my frontline are still in this business. The majority of them, like literally, I reckon 80%. They are still there. They're not mine. I'm over here now, but Linda looks after them. So the reason they're still here is because they saw the bigger picture and they understand that what we have now, some of them might put 2 customers on a year. Doesn't matter. They're still making an impact. Some of them still haven't logged on to Shopify. I send them to Corrine. But, you know, it really is about finding a way to help people move forward. We are on time. Is there any questions? Does anyone have anything that they want to ask, add?
Can I ask a quick question, Fe?
Sure. Yeah.
I just wanted to know, do we have like a video, like step by step with the new office, like as in like a guide to go through the back office?
Yeah, well, we did have them. Corinne, are they up today?
We've got a playlist on the YouTube which has like, I guess, a step by step for each of the different reports and things that you can access on the back office. But it has, and you've reminded me now that we'll need to update that. Just last week, they changed the subheadings and the reports are sort of moved around. So it's a little bit, it's actually easier to find everything. But we will have to update it. That is on the YouTube, so you can find that there. But also, if you want to book in with me, I love talking about the back office and reports, so we can go over everything together as well, and I can really tailor it to your numbers too.
That would be amazing.
She is the queen of it. It's amazing. Yeah, just get Corinne's Calendly thing and book in a time and go and spend some time with her. You'll be blown away with what you can learn from this unicorn woman that we have. Does anyone else have any questions? Comments? Are you okay? All right. Don't jump off this call and not do anything. Put something into practice. As I said to you, whether it's one conversation a day or a week, it doesn't matter. Whatever it's going to be, please just pick something and be consistent. Now, I think I'm pretty much friends, Facebook land, with most of you. So I would love you to send me a message and tell me what it is that your consistency is going to be around. I would love you to pop it on and tell me what it's going to be and tell me if you need some accountability. But I'd also love you to share it with your upline or whoever the upline is that you are working with in your business. I want you to get off and say, I'm committing to this consistency for November, December, or the rest of 2025. But guys, you have to be consistent. Okay, whatever it is. Lucky you, Jade. Very good. All right, my friends, thank you so much for coming to our inaugural Lunch and Learn. I hope you've learned something. That's my job. And I hope you bought your lunch because I don't want you to go away hungry. And please reach out. We're here to help. Thank you.